Roberto. We're on the way to Victoria. It's lunchtime. We had a tailgate party here. It's Roberto Hernandez and Gerald Holley. I've already finished lunch and they're finishing theirs up. The name of this town is San Fernando. This is a gasoline stop, rest stop. We'll be buying some gasoline in just a few minutes. Just a picture of the terrain. This sign tells you what the conveniences are here. A lot of truck traffic on the highway, a lot of produce. Let's check out that tailgate party one more time. Oh, looks like Brother Hernandez has gone back for seconds. Onward to Victoria. We're now in Achilles. We arrived too late yesterday evening to take pictures. It's now Wednesday morning and this is a cabin that we spent the night in. There's no power here. They do have a generator, but we didn't use it last evening. This is the campground where these people that come from other congregations to work during the summer and other times of the year stay and camp out. This building right here is what they call the pig barn. At one time it housed pigs. During this time of the year when the people aren't here, they allow the farmers to come in and plant corn, things like this. As you can see, this is a beautiful setting here in these gorgeous mountains. A lot of pine trees of some variety. You may be able to hear the children in the village just up the road. We'll have a gospel meeting there this morning or this afternoon at 2 o'clock. The sun will be peeking over this mountain very shortly and we'll be in the sunshine. This is the road that runs right by the property. All the property is fenced. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. The air is cool this morning and you can see the sun has already hit some of the trees around here. Just a gorgeous place. But the people come here, they bring their supplies here, then they go off to these other towns and do some construction work. They've done all the work around this property. But they put tin roofs on buildings and things such as this for the villagers and help in that respect. And they do this as often as 10 times a year. Some of the mountain scenery on the way to the 16th of September or 16 de Septiembre. This is the road we're traveling. They're working on this road right in this area right here. There's part of the crew. We're fixing to go around that bend in just a few moments. Beautiful scenery here in the mountains. This is the area that they used to have to travel by donkeys before this road was cut. It's really not much of a road, but for up here it's quite an undertaking. As you can see, there's quite a few workers involved here because it's all done manually. Very interesting culture. All good people. Okay, this is downtown 16 de Septiembre. That's the 16th of September. The reason this is important to Mexico is because this is their independence from Spain. And this town is named after that. What we're looking at here is the school building where the church meets. It's this center building right in the center of your picture here with the orange bottom. And this is downtown. Villages all around here. I believe I heard that there were 28 family units that lived in this city, or this town, this village. You can see the cattle and just kind of run wild. These are the mountains behind.
The general store. This is the general store. That's where the people supply their groceries.
This is the general store where the people supply their groceries. There is a group coming next year from Edmond, Oklahoma that is going to buy all kinds of groceries, and there will be a group to come down from here and they will box them and give a box of groceries to each family. Here you can see a sister, one of the members of the congregation here. She's coming out to meet us. You can see the houses here with the thatch roofs. These are the houses that are the older roofs. The material they used to cover these with, they're kind of running out of, and you can see in the distance the tin roof, and over this way also. This is some of the work that the people are doing here, and when they come back this summer, they will probably replace the thatch roofs on these houses with the tin roof.
Sí, bueno, yo creo que sí, porque no va a haber quien venga por gente más que esa camioneta. Ahora, si no le mandan a otra parte, a lo mejor la mandan aquí. A lo mejor está mandando para abajo.
Sí, dijo que a ver si podían conseguir gasolina. ¿Sabes qué? Dijo que no tenía.
Ahorita iban a invitar.
Pero
No más.
Sí, mi hermana.
No.
No vi. De veras queríamos verla.
Pues sí.
Mire, otra vez.
Sí, más que entra. Así es.
Y yo ahorita sí le voy a platicar a mi hermana a ver qué habla.
Pues a lo mejor ahí habrá.
Que ellos mismos dicen
Digo,
que
¿habrá?
porque sí hay de personas que quieren oír.
No digo, habrá terreno.
Ah, sí, mucho.
Ah, sí.
Aquí hay mucho. Aquí hay mucho, sí.
Pues a ver si.
Sí, para que así toda la que quiera venir. Que si
Llegue.
viene nada más aquí las de cerquita,
Sí.
las que viven aquí, pero las demás pues no. Las de
The gospel meeting here in a few minutes. I wanted you to meet the preachers and their wives from this area that works in this particular vicinity, not only here but in the surrounding areas here. And what we have is from Achilles is Ricardo and Marta Kukna. Secondly, we have from La Laguna, Ray and Victor Delgado. Victoria Delgado.
Sí.
Raimundo and Victoria Delgado. And then lastly, from Tula, we have David and Lorena Guzman. These are the people that work here. Thought you might be interested in seeing this. We're very proud of them. We're pleased with them. They have hard work. They do good work. As you can see from this picture, this is a freeway church. This wall, built by the members, church is up these steps. Let's go up and see what's going on. Iglesia de Cristo en la Republic of Mexico. This front door of the congregation. Ladies are in there waiting.
Pues ya que nuestro amigo ha confesado ahí adelante, todos ustedes escucharon que él cree en Cristo y cree que también será perdonado sus pecados, y nuevamente va a hacer sus preguntas, y después de esto vamos a llevar a cabo el bautismo. ¿Usted cree que Cristo puede perdonar sus pecados? Sí. Amén, amén. Te bautizo en el nombre del Padre, del Hijo y del Espíritu Santo para el perdón de tus pecados.
Bueno.
Amén.
Tristezas en el otro lado, no hay tristezas en el otro lado, no hay tristezas, no hay tristezas. Ya mirar que va conmigo, siempre salvo estaré. Oh, qué gran miseria.
the church building in La Laguna. We've just gone through the little city. Gerald's walking up toward it. It's very late in the evening. We probably will not be able to get a very good picture here, but I did want you to see what they were worshiping in here. This is one of the larger churches here on this travels. It's now Thursday morning. We're in Tula, T-U-L-A. After spending the first night on the floor there at the camp, there in the mountains at a kiosk, we're now in Tula, and this is the first class hotel we stayed in last evening. Looks like they're still working on the first floor. But the accommodations were very good. We had 2 double beds in the room. Had a very good night. Standing in a hall now in Tula. It's used for political rallies and assemblies across the street from the park. What you're seeing along this one wall here is a mural that's painted. It depicts the history of Mexico. The Spanish coming and taking over, and the church, the power it had along with the government of Spain. This is the stage area, and to the left is the Catholic Church, and to the right is Tula. "25 in the morning. This is the square. Most of these cities of any size do have squares. There's a Catholic church across the square. It has a bell that tolls out the half hours. Looking down the street, you can see the mountain in the background. People waiting for transportation. Beautiful park. This morning when we came out earlier, the birds were just had taken over these trees in this park, chirping, waiting for the daylight. These shots are taken inside this village of La Guerra. This is a little compound where a family lives. They each one have these little family units, huts, adobe huts. You can see this one here that we looked at first has a tin roof. That's some of the work that's going on here. This place is on the desert. It's very dry here. One of the churches is sponsored drilling a well for these people up in the mountains outside of the city here, so they'll bring them water. Most of the water that they have in places like this that are so remote is the ladies carry these buckets of water from springs on their head to where they need to go. They give the attention to the turistas, to their guests. This is Gerald and Humberto sitting underneath the shade, talking to one of the ladies in the village. La Higuera. Part of our travels, we're in the city of Pamillas. What is significant about this is that this is the oldest church in this state, built in 1777. Let me zoom in just for a minute on top of the dome, and you can see some of the intricate work there. You can see age, bell tower, structure around it. 1777. Some old buildings here. We're in a place now called Sota La Marina. This is a city that's on the way to La Pesca. It's where you turn off the highway to take the highway to La Pesca. La Pesca is kind of on a peninsula, sort of. There's only one way in, one way out. And this is the city before that, and the brethren here have built this nice white church building. And Brother Humberto has gone inside to see if he can catch the preacher there. Beautiful building. This is the street that it's on. Electric lights, street lights. There's our vehicle. It's done as well through the mountains. Must not be home. Okay, we're now in San Jose. I guess 12 to 14, 15 miles from La Pesca. This is the church building here. It's a very nice building. You can see right next door to it is a thatch hutch on the country road, looking up the road. Both directions has some pretty flowers out in the front. We're on our way over to visit the preacher. Let me show you the road we just came from. Back this way, at the end of that light you can see is a paved road. That's the main road coming in. So we turned off here about 200 yards. In this village there are no tin roofs. Everything is thatch here. There's somebody who's put a little tent across the ridge. Very nice area. In La Pesca, this is a town on the Gulf. Pesca means fishing town. This is the church building across the street. Gerald and Brother Umberto are walking over to it now. We'll be going inside in just a few minutes. We've been visiting here in the doctor's office. The preacher at this location is now gone, and we have no preacher in the doctor's office.
No.
Oh, okay.
Big one upstairs.
Okay.
And the bathroom. And the kitchen and living room and the bathroom and the bottom. And the rest is 2 classrooms. And I got a carport.
Notice the tile floor is gorgeous.
I here, shoot it to the right.
Upstairs is the bedroom, bathroom. This is one of the classrooms back here. This is the dropping off place, carport, port to share, whatever. Recall, this is the only building that we visited that has the name of the church in both English and in Spanish. Church of Christ on the upper top, upper side, and Iglesia de Cristo underneath. It's Gerald and Brother Holley and Brother Umberto leaving now. You notice they always have the flowers in the front. So many places. These are beautiful hibiscus in bloom. I don't know how well they're going to show up here. This is looking back down where we came from on the main street. This would be looking up the street towards the beach. We'll probably be driving up that way in just a few minutes. The beach. It's a nice walking out on it. See the waves crashing onto the beach. They call this the tourist area. I know the wind is deafening. It's blowing past my ears, past the camera, microphone. Lighthouse. On the other side of the dike is some more tourist area. And this is the dredging ship. They're going to dredge the channel. And just up the road about 3 miles, they're building a naval station, and they're going to man it, and they want to be able to get ships up the river. Past where I'll be showing you in just a little while. They'll be coming in there and coming up to the naval station. Gulf of Mexico. Mexico and La Pesca. This is the dredge. They're going to dredge the channel. The river channel up about 3 miles. There's a naval station up there. They'll be able to get ships up the river to the naval station. Newly constructed. Beach. This is the place that we're staying in La Pesca. This is the little colony called a different name. This is the name of the place that we're staying, Quinto Las Hermanas. And it has to do with the ebony trees that grow in the yard here. They just grow wild. There's several of them. We'll be looking at those as we walk down towards the house. Very nice place, very nice area. The colony, before you, down this road towards the city or the town, about 3 miles up there to the bay. This area right here is called Colony. Let's walk up towards the house. This is the gate. You can see the entrance to the gate and the driveway up underneath the trees. Must be 100 yards back up there to the house. I'm standing here in the shade of these ebony trees, and you can see there's a whole bunch of them ahead of us as we get closer to the house. A bit closer picture now, you can see this. You're looking at these twin arches. Here is the garage area with the house just beyond that. And to the right with the breezeway in between is some more bedrooms. And you can see the river back behind there. There's the barbecue pit. We'll walk a little bit closer. We'll take a picture of the river from the porch on the other side. Here's a picture of the garden out front of the house. Looking into the garage. Looking back out toward the street. All these beautiful ebony trees. Ebony is a very hard wood, very dense. In the kitchen area, there's some tables and chairs in there that's made from ebony. And the armchair that goes to the dining room suite must weigh right at 80 pounds. It's very, very heavy. Here's the river. Barbecue pit once again. Let's go to the front porch. We're looking down the front porch right now. Like a veranda. Looking down out at the water. The boat dock down there. Some benches to be fishing on. There's a boat. He has a motor out here that we can take a little spin. We won't have time for anything like that. This is downriver. It's just about half a mile down there is a naval station. They will be dredging this river from that dredge that's up there at the bay right now that I was telling you about. Now going back and looking upriver. This river must be something like 200 yards across at this particular point.